What's good people? Welcome to Ho Views. Thank you for clicking the thumbnail. Today we're going to be talking about Roadhouse 2024. So I'm going to do this review just like I would do any other. We're going to do the likes, we're going to do the dislikes, and we're going to talk about one key thing that's very important here. But first, the rating. On my scale, this movie is good. It is not amazing. It is not great. I know there are some people who love the initial Roadhouse movie. I'm not one of those people. I thought that the first one was a cool little action movie. This one was a much bigger, cool action movie, and it was fun. And when we talk about the likes, I think the performances were really good, but the ridiculousness of everything is what takes away from movie in general. When it comes to dislikes, the only thing that I would say I disliked is the idea that it was so much bigger in scale and in action and the things that you see on the screen than what the original Roadhouse felt like. But I really don't want to focus too much on the likes and dislikes in this video. I really want to talk about Conor McGregor and his acting debut. This is much bigger than what most people get in their acting debuts. And so him being here, the question that most people have is he going to do a decent job? Is it going to be hindered because of him? So to answer both of these questions, I think I want to say yes to both. And here's what I mean. He does a good job because he's not asked to do much. He does kind of limit the film a bit because he's not asked to do much. At the same time, because he's not asked to do much, he also gives a performance that's not bad technically. The director of this movie is Doug Liman, and I feel like Doug Liman is smart enough to know that when you have an actor who doesn't act, you find what they do well and you make them do that over and over and over again. And that's what you get with Conor McGregor here. He's a psychopath in the movie, and that's all they ask him to do. He is incredibly one note. But I don't think it's a bad thing that he's one note. We took the one thing that he can do and we told him to do it, and he did it pretty good. Like, he was very intimidating, he was very charismatic, he was very believable as this ruthless, incredibly insane enforcer, and it just seemed like he fit. Now, does that mean that he's a good villain for this film? Not really. He's not the best villain, and the other villains that are like behind him pulling the strings are also not good villains. But overall, I wouldn't say that's Conor McGregor's fault. I think it's just the circumstances in which the film was made. Like, you have writing that's going on and you want to feature this guy, and you featured him well. He gave a solid performance. He was very menacing, again, very charismatic. It seemed very believable, his performance that he put on the screen. At the same time, would you have done better to get a more seasoned actor who could do the menacing stuff, but then also bring a little bit more dimension to that character? Yes, you would have. I don't think this necessarily harms the movie. You weren't going for Academy Awards here. You was trying to make a fun action blockbuster type movie, and that is what you achieved. It is good. It is fun. It was a nice film to put on a Friday night and just watch and not really care too much about how deep it is and how much it has to say about all these different things that's going on in the world. Like, there's not a ton of social commentary that you're going to get here. You get a good action movie. You got a solid performance from Jake Gyllenhaal, your star who you're following. You get a solid performance from Conor McGregor, who is the villain of the film. And he, even though he's one note and he's only doing one thing pretty much the entire movie, it's not bad. You could have did better by getting someone else who had more dimensions, but this isn't bad. This is, I guess, what you're going for. Action thrill ride. And it was cool. There was a lot of over the top stuff. And in one vein, I feel like the over the top stuff made it fun. And at the same time, technically some of the CGI was kind of like, it's not the best right here. Really noticeable. The ridiculous nature of this here situation is kind of like, not as good as I may have wanted. So that keeps it out of the top upper echelon of films. But that don't mean it was bad. It was still good. It was just a little good time. And that's what you're going for. And so mission accomplished. I thought it was good. I would love to know what y'all thought. Do y'all think that Conor McGregor was not good in his performance? I feel like his performance was very good based on the fact that he only had to do one thing, which is smile like a madman and be intimidating and hit all your action scenes well. And I think he hit them all quite well. If you disagree or agree, please let me know in the comment section. And that's all we have for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something